people have spoken. We've seen your guys' comments, okay? And we've seen both sides of the argument, and we understand, okay? And a lot of people are pressuring us and like think we're being pressured into like going into these explanation videos. We are gonna watch them on our own terms, okay? And that's what we're doing here today. And me and Ziah talked about it. Sorry, This is Ziah. My name's Shooter KO. Welcome to Ziah TV. We are watching the explained by Koreans video, right? Or by Korean. By a
DKDKTV Ddaeng Explained. It was like the most requested one. It's the one that everyone wanted us to. Yeah. So, you know, and here's the thing. You know, just as like a preface before we get into this. In our last video, we had explained that we didn't really want to react. We didn't say watch. We didn't want to react to these because we just wanted to do the music side of things and watch it on our own time. And I know re-watching through that video that I had elaborated more towards the end, but everyone saw the initial thing and then commented before watching the video all the way through.
Which is unfortunate, but that's how the internet works.
Yeah, that's how the internet works. So like you'll readdress something, but people only see the first part and stuff. You know, because we talked more about how the fact that like we were going to watch them, but on our own time.
What's funny is we've actually both watched this video. So this is not a first time reaction to DKDKTV.
Yeah, we watched. Well, no, we watched the UG one. I think.
Yeah, I've seen this one.
You
saw the UG one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched this one yet, so this will be new for me.
I do like this one.
Yeah, but I did watch some of the UG one and stuff. So that's what we meant. It's like we want to do it on our own time. We didn't necessarily want to do videos on it because we don't think that's the content we want to put out, right? And we've talked about this on the channel, right? But if you guys, if this is what you want to see, obviously you're our fans, and so we're not against.
We'll react to someone else's content.
We're not against doing something else that we thought that we didn't want to do. You know, if you guys want to see it, then we will 100% do it for you, and that's why we're here today. I know some people had claimed that like it came off as arrogant. We were afraid to be proven wrong. Never said that. You know, that was something that was kind of a thing, and I was reading it, and I was like. We are totally not afraid of being proven wrong. We've explained that multiple times in our videos if you actually watch them. But whatever, enough of that.
Shout out to our patrons real quick. We love you guys. He's gonna go over the list.
Yeah, well, we have new patrons to go ahead and shout out.
Sorry.
So
we almost started the video.
All right, so we have Melissa with the supporter tier patron.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you. Steph with the loyal supporter patron. Thank you so much. Steph. Nella, loyal supporter patron. Thank you. RA, not RM, but RA, supporter patron. Thank you. Lexi, loyal supporter patron. Thank you. I saw you hopped into Discord and everything too, and you know we talked a little bit.
Yeah, good shit. We saw your recommendation. I actually did check out that link you dropped. I believe it was you. If I'm mistaken the wrong person, I'm really sorry. But I did check out that link of the English description of the lyrics. We were taking a look at that before.
Yeah, we do. And then we have K Martin with the support to your patron.
Thank you, K Martin.
Thank you so much. Here is the updated list.
It's
huge and it's animated now. Yeah, it has to scroll through.
Yeah, and we've got some really cool perks. Stick around at the end of the video for patrons only. You guys are gonna love it. Okay, I promise.
Yeah.
Please stick around at the end of the video.
Yeah.
If you're a patron. If you're not,
we'll get into this. We're gonna get into this. I am excited to see this because, again, I want to know how much we got right and how much we got wrong. That is something that we want to be able to focus on. And that's why we're not afraid to do this. You know, we just want to do it on our own time because we wasn't sure, like, if this was going to hit.
Yeah, we didn't know that, because, like, at the end of the day, right, as content creators, we want to make something you guys want to watch, right? We didn't think there was an audience for this, and now we can tell that, like...
Yeah, there's a lot of people that asked us to, like, react to it and stuff like that. And so it's like, okay, like, there was an audience for it, but I wasn't sure if it was, like, they wanted the video or they just wanted us to see it.
Yeah.
Was a thing. And so, like, you know, we watched it.
It's kind of mixed, so we're going to watch it.
Yeah, but, you know, we said that we would. We will do it with you, because I know you guys don't want to miss any part of our journey. So that's what we're here to do.
The journey.
Journey through the BTS experience.
Fandom.
I love everything about the music, the live performance.
Okay, I know you wanted this, so here we are. The rap line of BTS, RM, J-Hope, and Suga dropped a hip-hop track recently on their SoundCloud called Ddaeng. It's a song that has an oriental and trap beat at the same time, and it's also a diss track sending messages to their haters. But the wordplay inside it is just amazing. For example, the title Ddaeng itself is used in multiple ways throughout the whole song.
And that's something that we did talk about. A lot of people said we didn't, which was weird, or said we missed that. But
they could have caught, because we caught it a little later in the video.
Yeah, they probably didn't watch all the way. That's the most unfortunate thing is a lot of you guys will comment without watching all the way through the video, and then you'll say something where it's like, no, we actually did address that.
First 30 seconds of the video, they didn't talk about that one thing that I wanted to be talked about. Pog.
18, 13, These are all card combinations that come from a Korean card game called Seotda or Hwatu.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, when I first watched this, I was like, that's so cool.
잠깐. 굿땡이요?
Simply think of them as the best combinations you can get during a game. For example, 3.
So is that kind of like poker?
Yeah, and this actually ties into the numbers they were talking about in the song. You'll see. It's really cool. Okay. But I assume it's like almost like 21, like blackjack.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's cool. I was also thinking of almost like mahjong, because mahjong has a lot of like the art, different styles and stuff.
Yeah.
That mean certain things too. But it's a little bit more complicated, I think.
And 8, which is called 38 광땡, is the ultimate pair that nothing can beat. Thus, the first meaning of 땡 here would be translated into something like better or invincible. You roll, me ride, Again in the chorus, the word 땡 is already used in 2 more different meanings. For these 2 lines, 땡 is used as the meaning of wrong, which originates from the imitation of a xylophone sound used in quiz shows or auditions when the participant is wrong or bad.
소나무! 땡! 땡! 땡!
For this line, 땡 is used as...
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, I'm starting to understand why you guys want us to at least see these, even if we didn't end up reacting to them, which obviously we are, is because, like, again, there is going to be cultural reference that we don't get and stuff. So it is cool to look at, like, a deeper, just like this, because this isn't something that if you're not familiar with Korean culture, you're not going to understand that part.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? So, I mean, I do like that. I do like that we're learning more about, like, that side, too. Yes. That is really cool.
As the sound of a bell. And it also comes from a children's song called 학교 종이 땡땡땡. Regarding J-Hope mentioning homework in the next verse, there's a very high possibility that this line implies the meaning of go to school, kids.
Hip-hop, dang, rap star, dang, young rapper, dang, 방탄, dang, but 현실, bang, worldwide, bang.
The first lines of J-Hope's verse describe the criticism they received in the early ages about their hip-hop or rap style, or BTS being a flop. However, in the next lines, he explains that now they've become a worldwide bang from a Ddaeng.
I know we did talk about that a little bit, you know, not to that same level, I think. I think we scratched the surface on that. But, like, that's interesting to get more, like, insight on that, because we were on the right track when we were kind of, like, you know, figuring that out. But
I agree. I think we definitely hit it. We just didn't knock it out of the park, right? And I understand that some of our fans were like, you guys got to dive deep and really get it. And I think we really enjoyed this song. And I think this song's a banger.
Oh, I love this song.
Yeah, this is
I tried to look it up on Spotify, but because it's one of their SoundCloud songs, you can't get it on Spotify. I was so sad. I was like, oh.
YouTube Premium.
Yeah, it's not money for it. You know? So if you guys want to help us, go to patreon.com/ZiahTV and we can get YouTube Premium. Okay.
For only $5 a month, you can make
Let's go.
Damn. 내가 보기에 너네는 땡. 우리 모두가 땡. 누가 끝발이 좋든 간에 나는 땡 전혀 상관 안 해.
It kind of gets trickier in Suga's verse. The usage of 땡 is suddenly changed without any notice. The first 땡 indicate the meaning of wrong or nope, but when he says 누가 끝발이 좋든 간에, he suddenly jumps into the card game again. 끝발 is an everyday slang word for power/influence. When you see a very successful person, you would say something like 와 끝발 죽이네 or 끝발 날리네. This everyday slang word's origin comes from the card game Seotda again. 끝 is a combination of cards equivalent to 1 point to 9 points. It's the most common pairs you will receive.
Did he just fold them cards?
Yeah, he's a fuck this game. I don't know. He's
disrespectful
angry.
fuck. I'd be mad.
Oh shit!
Folding someone's playing cards? I mean, unless there's his own, I guess he can do whatever he wants.
I like that they're almost like thicker, smaller cards. I kind of want to like check this game out.
I do too, because that looks cool. Plus, I just love the art. Like, I love like Asian inspired art, no matter where it's from, like Japan, China, Korea, you know, anything. Like, I've always loved like, because even though they're different, they have sort of that same feel throughout a lot of them, you know, and I really like that style.
What's crazy is I've always wanted to like, because if you guys don't know, I have a Japanese cherry blossom tree on my ankle, right? I have like a tattoo of it. I've always wanted to have like a Japanese inspired like tattoo on my leg, like with like koi fish and like coming up with like the gardens and stuff, right? And like I always, what are those little sand beds that they use to like grate and stuff? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. They usually, you can buy them with like bonsai trees and stuff like that. Or you can buy them for like your desk. I remember I almost got one for my desk back when I was working
with the little rakes.
Yeah, with the little rakes and stuff. Yeah, it's like Zen meditation.
Yeah, dude, those are so cool. And I just like, I think we like miss so much because like Oriental culture, like in like something I've experienced a little bit, right? And like we want to experience more, but it's just so beautiful and so like everything they do is so passionate. Even their art is so passionate. And I think that it's really easy to see in anime too. It's like anime is like so over the top, right? It's like because it's animated, right? Everything's like exaggerated.
Yeah, it's like that's the purpose.
It's like you stepped on my dog. No.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I think that also goes into like BTS and their music. Everything has those little like exaggerations, and like we see that in the music video. We see it in like their lyrics and their descriptions and stuff, and we even see it in their fans too. Their fans are very passionate. Okay.
Yeah.
And we see it, guys. We're about it. So.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, long-winded explanation.
Combination of cards equivalent to 1 point to 9 points. It's the most common pairs you will receive during a game. In contrast, a Ddaeng is above all goods. So that's what Suga is saying in his last lines. 나는 땡 전혀 상관 안 해. Which means I'm a Ddaeng and I don't care about you lower class goods. So one more thing before we go into Arm's verse. Good has the same sound as good. Yeah, and this good means the end. Suga ends his verse by saying 계속 걱정해주길 good. It could be a double translation as continue worrying about us low pointers, losers, and continue worrying about us, the end, I'm out, mic drop.
Dude,
oh wait, that's interesting because in the video that we watched, the what was it? This line right here, because in this what he's showing is saying face swollen after eating ramen before sleep. Ddaeng, right? But in the video that we watched, it said your face when you like the I think it's like the look on your face when you eat ramen. Ddaeng.
Yeah.
I think they both still hit just as hard, but it's interesting that it was different because that was like an official BTS video I think we watched, or or at least it was it was a live performance, so you know, I don't remember exactly.
It's always hard with the translation because I'm sure like because he has the Korean on screen, right? I'm sure he has that like kind of broken down and like
I mean, I'm sure him being a Korean, he's going to like get it better than
we'll get back into it.
Now personally, RM's part is the apex of this whole song.
100% fucking agree with you. RM's part is so fucking good. That was one of, I'm not even going to lie, it's in a different fucking language and it's one of my favorite rap verses of all time.
Yeah.
He sounded so fucking good.
He sounds great. There's a line in there that just blows my mind. I want to hear him explain it.
It's just so good.
It's because in one single verse, he uses 7 different usages of Ddaeng. The first line, 캐셔 계산 소리 땡, is literally the sound of the cashier opening, which
we did get. We did get that one.
Yeah, we did.
We did. That's the easy one. That's low hanging fruit, but like at least we caught that.
could also imply that he has a lot of money now. And the second line, 어릴 적 좋아함 얼음 땡, is a Korean version of tag. It's when kids.
I think we got this too.
Yeah, we talked about that because we knew about
there was the idea, or like the word was used for tag or whatever.
Yeah. So we did, so there are some things we picked up on. You know,
we're not too stupid.
Run away, they shout 얼음, which is freeze, to get immune from the catcher, and then another survivor can come along and tag the frozen person, saying 땡, which unleashes him from the frozen state. And third, 난 딩동, 넌 땡, means I'm correct and you're wrong. And fourth, 넌 칠끝, 난 땡, is again referenced from the card game. You might be a 7-pointer, but I'm above that tier. Fifth, 라면 먹고 잔 얼굴 땡, comes from the expression 땡땡 부었다. It's a fun way to describe your face is swollen after you've eaten ramen last night. Sixth, 떨거지들.
That's a thing.
Yeah, I wonder what that's about. Is that because it's like so spicy? Because I know they do have like spicy ramen.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, like. Because I've eaten ramen plenty of times in my life and I've never woken up feeling that. So it must just be like a Korean thing, like a slang term.
Might have like, okay.
Or it could be the spicy thing too, like that would make sense.
Yeah, so I know obviously it's a different place, but my buddy would always get ramen from the Philippines, and they would send over this oil, right? It was super freaking spicy. And you put like 2 or 3 drops in there, and you were like dying. I wonder if that's what they're talking about.
That's spicy. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's interesting.
Yep.
That's interesting to me. Let us know down below.
Do your thing. Darba Nani air thing. RM is now playing with language now.
Okay.
The pronunciation of Ddaeng is similar to thang, which is the slang of thing in English. Last but not least, 7th. 니가 쩔어, 멋져, 겨울탱. RM finally uses another similar sound, 탱, to make it rhyme with 땡. 얼탱이 없다 is a slang for 어이가 없다, which means dumbfounded.
어이가 없네.
Phew, so basically, I would summarize.
I don't know why that sounded so cool, but with like how the mic was positioned, right, and just how deep his voice was. I want to hear that again.
Dumbfounded.
어이가 없네.
Phew, so basically,
It sounds so epic. Like he really just realized like the secret to the universe or something.
I would summarize this song as genius wordplay and rhythmical onomatopoeia. The repetitive Ddaeng sound makes the song much more rhythmic.
And we did talk about onomatopoeias and stuff like that in that, and that was the one thing that like I really noticed about RM's verse is even though I didn't understand all of the references, I did understand that because especially since he is the one that's the fluent one in English, that he was using it.
He was playing with the English language to switch it.
Yeah, exactly. And then that was one of my favorite parts about his verse was the fact that he was able to not only play with it, have the cultural references that I might not necessarily understood until now in it, but still give enough for like the people that just speak English to be like, oh wow, that's still very impressive.
Yeah, and I think that's
really
what's cool about BTS is like you don't need all the cultural references to appreciate their music, right?
Yeah.
And I think we've actually seen that a lot without like diving into it. Is like they are such an captivating like performers, and they're just everything they do is so thoughtful and thought out that it does encompass like outside audiences. And I think that's why they're such a worldwide phenomenon. Even actually Astral. I'm pretty sure they're taking over Mars next month, right? But like they're taking over because they do really apply and appeal to such a large audience, and I think that's what's so freaking cool about them. Okay, and yes, you guys are right. You can dive deeper into it and get a whole another level of appreciation for it.
Yeah,
but I think on the surface they're just so.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary to appreciate them and to enjoy them. But if you do want to.
I'm not sure I understand.
I said necessary, not Siri. I'm gonna have to edit that out because that was way too loud. Making my job harder, I see. But I don't think it's necessary to dive deeper into it if you don't want to, And that was what we were trying to explain. We don't find it necessary. But there still is benefits, and we do recognize those benefits. Obviously, we're doing it now and everything like that. So it's all about like what you want to take from it. I like the fact that BTS does give you the option to like, hey, if you want to dive deeper in and have a truly even higher appreciation for the song than you already do, you can do that. But if you don't and you want to take it as like the surface level and just like what you got from that song, that is fine too. Both schools of thought are correct. There's not like a wrong way to enjoy music and to a lesser extent BTS, I
don't know why we're saying this. No one's going to make it to this point in the video.
So if you did make it to this point in the video, leave a crown down below so we can see where the real fans are at.
Rhythmical and addictive. Whereas the various meanings of Ddaeng constantly change makes the song much more rhythmical and addictive. Whereas the various meanings of Ddaeng constantly changing throughout the
I really think that's a cool idea that music can be addictive, and like it really is, because as soon as you hear them come on, you just want to like, let's go talk some shit, let's go dance. I'm gonna get my rollerblades on, let's go clubbing, dog. It's really cool though.
Much more rhythmical and addictive. Whereas the various meanings of Ddaeng constantly changing throughout the song make it hard for foreigners or average people to understand, but at the same time makes it genius for a rap lyric.
Yes.
우린 celebrate 아직 no break 네가 뭔데 날 인정해 이름값 하는 개구리들 응원 안 해주기를 간절히 기도할게.
We celebrate rather than being a celebrity. This line shows BTS's attitude or mentality of being a celebrity in a nutshell. It's not about being special or enjoying the spotlight. It's about sharing and returning the love they received by celebrating together.
이름값 하는 개구리들 우물 안에 죽기를.
이름값 하는 개구리들 우물 안에 죽기를. This is a reference from a Korean saying called 우물 안 개구리, which means a frog is stuck in a well and he thinks that well is his whole world. Thus, he's very narrow.
We have the same kind of like us mono-speaking English people have the same idea of like the whole goldfish in a pond, right? A goldfish can
like
only grow.
Fish
Fish
whatever the.
It can only grow as large as its environment. So I think we can relate to that.
Yeah, that it's a different metaphor, but it has the same message.
Yeah,
and that's what's cool about different cultures. Is a lot of different cultures will have the same type of metaphors. They'll be different, but they'll have the same meaning. Yeah, there's a lot of core things that you can learn about the world from different cultures and so many different stories. And when you look at different stories from different cultures, like you're like, oh yeah, that actually relates to this one story I heard from my native place. Yeah, it was just told differently.
Dude, there was a really good example of that I was thinking about the other day. Oh, Cinderella. You know, Cinderella is like a horror story.
Yeah, the actual one.
Yeah, and then like the Americanized Disney or Westernized Disney version of it is very like, oh, she was, blah blah blah, she's this princess, and like the old story was like, she's a fucking murderer. So.
Yeah, most of the fairy tales have been twisted in Western media to be more kid friendly. But if you read like the Brothers Grimm, for example, and stuff, you get like the real stuff. So I really recommend that if you haven't heard anything about that.
Good movie.
Excited, and he thinks he's the best inside that small world. 개구리 usually just means frog, but in this case I think there's a hidden double meaning inside it, saying 개구리다, which is a slang for fucking lame or foul. I think RM is addressing to the haters in Korea who think they're the best with their own lame songs in this small country. He's saying they should die in this small well called Korea without even having the opportunity to see the big world outside.
Okay, really quick, I just want to touch on that. That's really cool because when we talked about it, I believe that we had mentioned something similar to that. Yeah. Not the whale analogy because we didn't understand that, but we did say how BTS was a worldwide thing, and that's like the difference. Yeah. It's like I think that we were trying to say that like he was trying to emphasize the difference between BTS and like these small group of haters who like they don't really, or like rappers who don't really have anybody that like we made the SoundCloud joke and stuff like that. So not right on the money, but we still got enough from that, which I think is really cool. When it comes to just that, just again, cultural differences, we're not going to get everything. I still really like the fact that I think that says a lot about RM's lyrical ability, that if you're able to pull the same general meaning without having all of the knowledge behind it, that's very impressive to do as the performer. Yeah, no, absolutely. And like he's right, okay? He's like, you can die in your own small well, right? He's like, we're going worldwide, and they have. Yeah. And you guys saw it with Butter premiering. It was like 100 million plus views in the first 24 hours. You guys are insane. The Army has done such a good job blowing them up, right, and supporting them through their journey into the larger world, right? And hopefully Mars. We're going to the moon. Elon Musk, they're coming for you. But like, they are just so impressive, and like, I think that's such a good shit talking line because it's like, yeah, you can have this place. We're moving on. We're going bigger. Yeah. Yeah, because so cool. In a way, it's like it's disrespectful while being respectful at the same time. Towards saying like, hey, if you want it, you can have it. Yeah. I'm not saying that you can't do it, but like, I'm moving on to bigger and better things. It's like being prom king, and like 30 years later, still being like, oh, I was prom king. Yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, I took over the world. It's like when your uncle tries to tell you about all his stories, and all he does is relive his days of when he was on the high school football team and talk about, oh, I was going to do this, I was going to go pro. It's like, Uncle, shut the fuck up. Yeah. You tell me the story every time I see you. Yeah. Let's go.
Where BTS is now using as a stage. Last but not least, as a director's commentary, I would like to point out the fact that despite this song being a diss track, there is actually no real hate or toxic cursing inside, but rather BTS chooses to play around playfully with the word Ddaeng in a teasing manner and swaggering about their current success. For me, this is the point that sets apart this song from all other diss tracks. Low negativity, but comic and satirical high self-esteem.
Yeah, and we did talk about that. We did mention that a little bit. Yeah. In our video. Yep, the sun came out. You became one with
pasty. That's not
the heavenly lights or something.
So I thank you guys so much. Like, obviously, like, I already watched that one. I loved it, and like, as you can see, like, just with my energy through the video, it really is. We're not dissing on DKDKTV. Okay, the only thing we asked for is for you guys to respect our first time reaction to these songs, and then yes, we will dive into them on our own or
in a video like this one.
Yeah, in a video like this one.
So,
and for our Patreons, you want to tell them?
Yes. Okay. So we we don't have an exact date yet. We still need to figure out a couple things about the office to make sure that the live stream goes smoothly, Wi-Fi and stuff. But we will be having a Patreon-only live stream coming up. And one of the things that we are going to do in that live stream is, for one, because it's much requested, we are going to react to the videos that you guys told us about, like the introduction to BTS, all that stuff. You know, that's a hugely requested one. You know, learning more about them. We're going to do that with you guys live, which will be really, really fun. You guys will be able to fill in all the details for us. But we are also going to basically take a reaction to us reacting to this, to like the original song. You know what I know it sounds confusing. It'll make more sense when you watch it, but it'll be like some 3 layers, big brain shit. But anyway, basically, we are just going to have some exclusive reactions on that Patreon live stream. The live stream will go up on a later date on the main YouTube channel, but to be there live, you will have to be a part of the Patreon. Any Patreon tier will get you into it. You know, $1, $3, $10 or more, you know, whatever. You'll be in it. You can go. You'll have the link and everything like that. So we're super excited for that. Yeah. We want to have another thing that we could offer our patrons, you know, especially since we're up so many patrons and stuff. So this is another way of doing that, exclusive content. So if you want to do that, you can go to patreon.com/ZiahTV and join there. Tier starting as low as $1 a month. Really easy. Anybody can do it. But don't feel pressured to.
And with that, guys, thank you so freaking much. We love you guys so much. Thank you for coming along this journey with us. Thank you for supporting our journey and not being negative Nancy's. If you are, you know what to do. I was kidding.
Or the long on that one again. He just likes to make my editing job harder. That's what Jude is here for. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here with us. Again, we did enjoy this. We did really enjoy diving deeper in. We never said we were against that. I know some people took it as that way. No one's going to see this part of the video anyway.
We're just monolingual, ignorant white people.
And with that, we'll see you in the next one.
Step up. Matter of fact, bed just watch from my checkup. Matter of fact, bed just stop in the flex up. Matter of fact, just know I'm finna blow. Wait, hold up, is it too late to set the record straight?